out yesterday after there were some arrests, and then people were released.
Well, so I should say that what was planned was to be a sit-in, not unlike what has been going on across the country on university campuses.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be an educational event where people could come and learn about Palestinian culture, the plight of the Palestinian people, and just kind of voice their concerns for what has been called, and what I would call, a ongoing genocide of Palestinian people. Especially considering, one, UT has the second largest endowment out of any university in the country, I believe, at least public university is something like that. I did the math, and without accounting for faculty and staff and like all the other expenditures, could you guess what UT's endowment is per capita, per undergraduate student? Not graduate, not faculty and staff.
Per undergrad?
Per undergrad.
I'm only going to guess a disgustingly high number because I've seen school budgets before. I don't know, like $50,000-$60,000? What is it?
Double that.
Okay, $100,000? Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. It's 20 times that then. It's $1 million.
Oh, $1 million per undergrad. Okay, yeah, then I'm way off. Yeah, okay.
Not an unsubstantial amount of that goes to, weapons research, defense research, and funding the state of Israel in their ongoing genocide. And just a couple weeks ago, like a month ago or something, the Israel Block Party was hosted right outside of McCollum's business building on the other side of Speedway, right outside Gregory Gym. And last year I was there protesting across Speedway outside of the McCollum's building, and I go there. I find out early in the day that it's the Israel Block Party is that day, and somebody in my communication and public opinion class said, yeah, there are going to be IDF soldiers that you can go talk to. So I was like, oh, wow, I have to go see what the counter-protest is like. And where the counter-protest was last year, they had like 10 cops outside of McCollum's business building, and then like a bunch of other, DPS officers all over the place.
Okay.
And they said that the cops that I talked to said that some of them were like disguising themselves amongst the crowd as well. To keep the Israeli students, the Israeli supportive students safe. And anybody who was like to maintain a safe environment for that event.
Okay.
And I think the juxtaposition between that and what has occurred on our campus on the 24th on Wednesday, it's striking. It's stark. I had a dream last night that I was getting tased by a police officer.
Jesus. When you look at these types of events and you look
what was the initial question I asked for this? Hold on.
Okay. You want to introduce yourself as like comfortable?
And I am majoring in sustainability studies after switching from philosophy.
Okay. So I noticed that there's like you guys have been doing protests here. Obviously, a lot of them got cleaned out yesterday after there were some arrests, and then people were released.
Well, so I should say that what was planned was to be a sit-in, not unlike what has been going on across the country on university campuses.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be an educational event.
Oh, wait, I don't even think I asked a question yet.
Where people could come and learn about Palestinian culture, the plight of the Palestinian people, and just kind of voice their concerns for...
Okay, sorry. Okay. So I didn't actually ask a formal question. Were we 3 minutes in?
Israeli students. The Israeli supportive...
Okay.
The 24th on Wednesday, it's striking. It's stark. I had a dream last night that I was getting tased by a police officer.
Jesus. When you look at these types of events...
Okay, hold on. Just real quick. No, I'm not 1.5 times speeding. My God, have some patience. I'm not 1.5 times speeding. I can't do anything about the wind. We're not going to play something else. Shut the fuck up. Holy shit. Oh my God.
And you're looking at the, I guess like the Israeli-Palestinian conflict right now. What is, I guess when you think about the conflict right now, why do you think it's happening? I guess like what's in your opinion?
That's a really good question.
Okay, so I think this first real question is, this is the first guy I've interviewed, so I'm not even sure what I'm asking it. So like, why do you think the conflict is happening is an interesting one, right? So what do you think is causing it? Okay.
History didn't start on October 7th.
We got that, the good thing, yeah.
And it certainly didn't start in 1949. And in my understanding, I'm not religious at all.
Sure.
And I think that pointing to a religious text as justification for property rights almost is dangerous, especially in this like modern or postmodern world that we live in, whatever you want to call it, the present day. I think that, I mean, obviously, it's been called a complicated issue, but I don't think it really is all that complicated. I think that there is, you talked about earlier before we started recording, like what would a two-state solution look like, and there have been deals negotiated along those lines, to my understanding, and all of them have fallen through. But in reality, what has occurred since, you know, since the end of British Mandate Palestine has been a just worsening and worsening and worsening for the Palestinian people on their ancestral land, really. You know, at least, like I would classify, like if you have 10 generations there, you've got like at least 1,000 years. Yeah, I think you can call that ancestral land. You know what I mean?
Would it matter if like Jewish people had lived there prior to Palestinian people?
It absolutely is important, and I know that I forget the name of the temple, but it's the most holy site in all of Judaism, and it's the third holiest site in the Islamic tradition. So
the Temple Mountain and the Al-Aqsa Mosque and everything,
yeah,
right? The
yeah,
Rock
yeah.
of the Dome, I think, yeah. Do you think that, so I'm curious for people that advocate for the one-state solution. Do you think that...
So it's interesting that, so as I'm speaking, also I want to be clear, there's a lot of things going on. One, this person's young. Two, I don't expect everybody to be like a fucking scholar on all of these issues, which is fair, right? But it's interesting to hear in real time, like the talking points. In his first like kind of introduction, we got the the schools give this much endowment for people and it's being used on weapons research and the military industrial complex, and it's weird how cops always protect the good guys, or I'm sorry, the cops are protecting the bad guys whenever the good guys. We got those three talking points, and now we've got the history didn't start on October 7th or 1949. I think he meant 48. That's okay. We've got the Jews are using religious text as justification for property rights, which is not really what's happening at all. We've got that like ever since the British Mandate ended, it's been getting worse for Palestinian people, which I don't know if those two things, it's not a very like meaningful statement. The 10th generations is 1,000 years. I don't know how long do people consider a generation to be? What is a generation? Would you say like 30 years, or what is it like in layman's terms? People say a I would imagine like anywhere from 20 to 30 or 20 to 40 years maybe. I like that it's like, well, what about if, and he brings up that like the Palestinians, you know, if they've lived here for so long, maybe it's their land. It's like, okay, because he keeps calling it the Palestinian ancestral homeland. Well, what about the Jews that live there? You know, like the turn of the zeros, whatever you call around that time, right? Like
one-state solution. Do you think that, what would your feelings, I guess, be if a one-state solution happened and then Jewish people were an ethnic minority in that country? Do you think they would fare well, or?
An ethnic minority in a one-state Israel/Palestine. What would it even be called? What would it be called? Would it be called
So here's my first like pretty challenging question, right? It's like, what would a one state look like? How would it? Yeah.
Israel, or would it be called
I
Palestine?
think most people probably want it to be called Palestine, but we can assume whatever the country's called, though.
Sure. I think that if you have a single state that doesn't have second-class citizenry, that doesn't have a second-class citizenship in place, I suppose, which, I mean, let's call it what it is. It's an apartheid.
We've got the apartheid
It's an
talking point
regime that is fueling an ongoing genocide.
with the genocide comment.
The conditions in the West Bank are horrible, especially given, you know, the radicalized settler violence.
I was curious if it was a
And
one-state.
Gaza is worse. Gaza is so much worse. Gaza like basically doesn't even exist anymore. I hear that Rafah is. I was watching the news with my parents last night.
Hey, Destiny, I want to say I used to believe the clips of you I saw and people, the clips of you I saw and believe that people that talk down on you, watching you a lot recently, I realized I was stupid and believe them. I'm sorry, homie, you goated. Thanks, Ivan.
And I was like, where is Rafah? And settler violence.
I was curious if it was a
And
one-state.
Gaza is worse. Gaza is so much worse. Gaza like basically doesn't even exist anymore. I hear that Rafah is. I was watching the news with my parents last night, and I was like, where is Rafah? And you know, finally I looked it up on the map. It's wow. So it's right at the border with Egypt. Interesting. Weird.
I don't know what that is referring to, like what talking point or I don't want to say propaganda. That's me, but like, what does he mean by that? Like, oh, interesting. Like, but okay.
So Yeah, I think a one-state solution to answer